righty. So we're going to break this up in a couple different parts.
All right then.
All right. So one of the things that we talked about is that from the first doctor and being on so much medication, it kind of messed up your thyroid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to kind of go over and recap that. Then I'd like to know at this stage, we did some egg retrievals, and we'll kind of go over that process as well.
Okay.
Sound good?
That sounds
So
excellent.
the most important thing is understanding that we're doing this, and you wouldn't think, besides the baby aspect of this, that anything would go wrong. And something did go wrong from the first doctor.
Right.
And that was the large amount of hormones that were going into her body caused a problem with her thyroid.
Which now we are actually regulating.
Yes.
I'm on medicine, so it's almost back to normal. The levels look excellent from our new doctor. He said that it's also, we switched medicine, so the medicine that I'm going to be taking moving forward, if we get pregnant, I'll be able to take it while I'm pregnant. That's amazing. So I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, there's just a little side note that there's thyroid medicine, and then there's thyroid medicine that is much safer for
Which
if
nobody
you get...
told me about until this doctor. Like, I went through all the specialists and they knew why I'm there and they never told me.
Yeah, I guess, something, before I forget
So
this,
weird.
is the specialist that you talked
So
to
weird.
for your thyroid said you 100%, again, this is a specialist that's dealing with thyroid,
Right.
says you have to 100% take out your thyroid prior to getting pregnant,
yeah.
or you will cause incredible things to the baby.
Yeah, well, she said if you wanted to continue to regulate thyroid, it's going to take probably 2 years, and you don't want to wait that long because
Right.
you are 41, going on 42. So with that said, taking it out, it will be the best advice that she was giving. That way I could get
And then
pregnant.
it took us about 3 weeks to regulate
Yeah.
the thyroid.
3 to
So
6 weeks.
2.5
Yeah.
years to 3 weeks.
It's amazing how they can.
Little
Yeah.
different.
Mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
But thank you for not letting me get the surgery. Thank you.
Just so you understand, she wants to have a baby really bad, wants to do it now. And one of the big things was let's just get the thyroid out and move on, where I said, from all the research I did, the problems, if there is nothing wrong with the thyroid, or if we can get her thyroid back to working regular without medication, there's so much more benefits relative to going on medication the rest of your life and removing your thyroids. And not only did I do my research, but I also have a couple sisters that got their thyroids removed. And I talked to them quite in depth about all the problems that they had after the fact relative to what the doctor says. No, it's fine, it's easy. It's a cakewalk after the fact. You're just on medication, everything else is normal. It's not so. So it's not something to be taken so lightly and just remove it. It's nothing. It's just your thyroid. So again, just going back to that, we regulated it. It took us about 3 weeks. First off was stress is a huge part of it. All the hormones that she was on prior to it, as we were getting ready for the egg retrieval, caused a lot of problems. The amount she was on, not the medication she was on, but the amount she was on from ground zero.
Right. So now let's talk about the process that we are doing currently.
All right.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Well, I said before, and this is one of the things that going to the new doctor, I had an understanding that, in my opinion, it's about getting the eggs. And I said that we will not move forward after getting our first 6 eggs. I want to go a couple more egg retrievals. And now we are sitting at 18.
18. 3 egg retrieval. 3 times 6.
There we go.
Yep. 6 every
They
time.
can't do math. I'm just going to give you 18. I'm just kidding, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so 18 eggs.
We got 18 eggs.
Our doctor actually felt pretty confident
Yeah,
with this.
after 18 eggs, then we talked about more. And we both felt that 18 was great. 18 was a great number.
Yeah, to move on.
The percentages, again, at 42 is 20%.
20%.
20% the possibility of
Getting a decent.
getting something,
Decent egg.
getting an egg. So
20% is
so-
nothing, guys.
yeah,
It's
that's-
nothing.
that's-
It's scary. You're taking a chance.
But the great thing is that we moved forward, and we did our testing.
Yeah, so
No, before we did testing, we actually combined the super sperm.
yeah, so yes, 18 eggs. They create the embryos with the super sperm.
Sorry, yes, just it is.
And then they have to grow within 5 days. So only 11 made it out of 18.
No. I'd go the other way.
Why?
11 made it, which is great.
I wanted all 18. I was like, what? Only 11? I said, that's really good.
Yeah.
However, this.
Which I did not think 11 would go, which is great numbers.
Yeah.
So now,
We had to send them off for the genetic testing.
yeah, but just to clarify, yes, an alien superhero can have sex with a mortal woman and
Vampire.
it'll work. So that's just, I didn't know if they were wanted to, but yeah.
So, which is very, very important, the genetic testing at this point for us. And
So yeah, 11 mixed became up embryos, and then we sent 11 out, and 2 came back.
2 came back. Guess what? 2 came back.
2 came back perfect.
Great. Perfect. Chromosome perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a boy and a girl. So that's where we are at now. So we have 2 perfectly great embryos ready to go. And yeah. So we got to this point.
It's crazy. I can't believe it. I almost fainted when I got that phone call.
Yeah.
And you got to choose.
Yes. And so we got a boy and a girl, and so we both decided that we are choosing.
The boy.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. We'll go with the boy
Of course
first.
it is.
We're gonna have the big brother protect the little sister.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put the boy in, little Titan 2.0, and then
Man,
this is not over. It's not like it is said and done now, and everything's okay, and you're gonna have a baby.
No, it's quite a challenging
It's
process
still-
coming up. Yeah, it's some crazy stuff. to
It's still
expect.
a big process here. Now what happens is we got to make sure her body is ready for it, and then they implant the egg, and we then have to wait again, another process of waiting to see
Yeah.
if it
It's about,
works.
they said 9 days, 10 days, where it really shows if your body took the egg or not. Very easily, after 10 days, you could go back to the doctor and you're not pregnant. So they do the implant and then it just goes somewhere else. So it happens all the time. So that's the next process that we have to deal with.
So I guess just a side note, just so you understand fully, this process worked this time to get at least this far with half the medication, with you working out, with a cup of coffee,
Cup of coffee.
with fruit every night before bed, with her peanut butter and jam sandwiches,
Yes.
and squatting and deadlifting. So we got to this part. She's much happier this time around,
I am much happier.
and we regulated the thyroid,
Yeah.
which was a big
It's
thing.
huge. Yeah.
So anything that could go wrong has gone wrong, but again, we're still moving forward. We're still doing the process, and hopefully you guys out there are learning about this and really understanding what could happen, and hopefully none of this bad stuff happens to you guys, and you move through it smoothly and easily.
So bullet points for whoever has questions from this video is do the egg retrieval more than once, right? 3-4 times. I don't know. Just get a whole bunch.
Depending
of
on
eggs.
your age, again, if you're 35 years old and you want to just do it once and go for it, you have a much better percentage and chance.
Under 35. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But again, for anybody that's probably watching this and you guys are, if you are in your late 30s, early 40s and stuff, yeah, it's good information. Hopefully you guys
I
learned
wish
something
I
from-
wish I had this information actually, because if I would have had this information, I would have never went through that quick with the first process with it. But like we
Yeah,
said,
I think that would have been
Yeah.
that would have been a big. But you know
I
what
had
was
no
nice
clue.
about that we did go through it. The first one is that we had the wrong doctor, and the process I think wouldn't have turned out as positive as it did, because she would have kept you on the same medication, assumed that it's
Oh,
just
for
your
sure.
age, and
Yeah.
wrapped it up to that's the way it is. You're 42 years
Yeah.
old. Too
Yeah.
bad. Move on to the next one.
Right.
So that's just I got that.
Oh, thank you.
Any other notes on this one?
No, I think that we pretty much covered everything. I'm excited. Two eggs.
So by the time you see us the next time, either the process worked or did not work. We'll hopefully send us some good vibes. Wish us luck.
Prayers, luck,
Little
whatever.
Titan
I'll take
2.0.
anything right now. I'll take anything.
Be interesting though. I mean, just going off of, I know one of the things that I've heard most of my life is about genetics and what the capability is of what I was born with. Honestly, I'm just more curious about this one, who has
Gonna take
incredible
off the mom.
genetics.
Wait, you can really see it now.
So this will be interesting to see what transpires at this point, if the baby takes, and then what the little creation is.
Yeah,
Be exciting.
yeah, we are excited. So thank you guys again.
Thanks again.
It's been a blessing this time around.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
time around.
Yeah.
Hopefully this guy's helped you. Again, any kind of questions that you have about vitamins, about nutrition as she goes through this process. Again, for me, my process is kind of joining her, eating with her, making sure that my calories are high, making sure the stress is
Oh,
off
yeah.
of her.
Oh, look at that.
Making sure the stress is off of her as much as I possibly can, but she deals with stress really well. I don't. And yeah, that's kind of basically the side note here. I'm the co-pilot. I do all the work basically. You guys feel me, right?
Yeah, right.
And we're going to just keep moving forward at this point. So we will see you guys hopefully in the next 2 weeks with some great news. Wish us luck. Nice. You're a savage. Thanks, guys.